Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Wonder Kid video. In today's video, I'll be going through what to expect as a beginner into the Forex trading world, okay? Now, I've broken down this video into 5 different parts, just 5 key points that I believe will really help you guys to manage your expectations as you start to begin your journey as a foreign exchange trader, okay? Now remember guys, just a key point before we actually get into these points, foreign exchange and the whole trading journey in particular, it is not a kind of thing where you can just get rich quick. There's no get rich quick scheme. Even though you are controlling money at the touch of a few buttons, there's no kind of way to actually get rich quick. Trading is always a skill, and of course it takes a lot of management and a lot of hard work before you actually start to build that skill. Just like all things in life, just like for example driving a car. If you were driving a car, can you imagine when you first started to get into the car, you're thinking about the steering wheel, checking the mirrors, checking what gear everything was in, how to actually find the biting point with your feet. There was a lot going on consciously, but eventually after a lot of practice it became subconscious and you became better and better and better, and the things that you once really worried about, you don't have to worry about so much, okay? So like I say, if you're going to come into the trading industry and you really want to be a great trader in the long term, understand that treat it as a business, treat it with seriousness, and most importantly, come on the side of being a risk manager and being a psychology protector versus actually coming into the industry and thinking how much money can you make. And these kind of points where I just mentioned risk manager and psychology protection, I will be touching on these points in today's video, okay? So guys, let's begin. In terms of point number 1, you will experience emotional fluctuations, okay? Now, why is this? Well, like we know in trading, in order to actually prospectively win a trade or extract money from the market, you have to put a trade on, which means that you have to put a certain amount at risk or a bet into the market for you to actually prospectively win a trade, okay? Now, what happens when you're actually a beginner and you actually place your first live trade when real money is on the line? You start to experience emotional fluctuations, right? Why is that? Well, because these kind of apps or where they show you what's happening to your trade, you're seeing the money go up and down. You're seeing, oh, it's in negative or it's in positive, and you're going to feel at the beginning stage journey of your stage like plenty of emotions. You're going to feel like, hey, oh my gosh, we're X amount up, should I take out? Or even when you're down, you might feel, oh my gosh, I'm losing, let me take out early, and do things that are very silly and not really constructive with the plan. And now remember guys, as humans, we do have an emotional center in our brain that is very emotional. Imagine that since we were a kid, we were taught to respect money, to do this with money, save money, idolize, well, not really idolize money, but essentially really take care of money. So of course, when you start to enter a profession, when you're placing money on the line for prospective more money, you are going to experience that emotion. So one of the best things to expect is emotional fluctuations, and therefore there's a question that you do want to answer. How are you going to handle emotional fluctuations on your journey? It of course definitely comes down to experience. Over time, the more you trade, the more you get used to it and the less you actually feel emotionally, and of course you just actually take trades that fit your trading plan, which is basically the equivalent of a business plan. You will be experiencing different emotional fluctuations, and another way that you can handle it is through meditation or basically doing things away from the charts. Sometimes traders can really be caught up in the charts and start to revenge trade where they've taken a few losses, and then they start to take trades that do not fit their business plan, and that of course can be very harmful because of course you're letting emotion get the better of you. So like I say, do expect emotional fluctuations to happen. It is very natural as a beginner trader, but like I say, over time, the better you get, the more you're able to handle your emotions, the better processes that you will be able to be put in place, and of course that will help you to be profitable in the long term, and of course be that profitable trader, and of course earn the money that you want to earn. So the next point that I want to bring up is called strategy unsettlement. Now, one of the things is that for early traders that I do notice this happen a lot is that they will jump from strategy to strategy to strategy. They'll change strategy believing the strategy is the issue, when in reality a strategy isn't really an issue. As long as you have back tested it properly enough and you've seen that it produces a profitable edge across the large sample size, then it is completely fine to use that strategy. If you're happy with the returns, then use it. Then it comes down to a psychological game. But as humans, we are built to win and lose. Even from a societal perspective, we are taught that winning is great, losing is bad, right? So of course, everyone is going to try and find this perfect strategy where you win a lot of the time, if not all the time, and lose an absolute zero amount of time, when in fact, it's just not gonna be that way. We will actually have to learn to handle losses in this game, but the strategy, as long as it's profitable, and you've proven it, it will not be the problem. And I do see traders switch strategies to strategy, trying to find the perfect strategy, when in reality, they should really be finding one strategy that they're happy with, that they're happy to really build upon. And then of course, work on the psychology, which like we always say in the industry, is 90% of the trading game, okay? And 10% is the strategy. So like I say, be careful of that. I would recommend you guys find a strategy that you do enjoy trading and you think that, hey, you know what, in the longer term, I can consistently trade with this as it fits my lifestyle. And if you do that and it works out to prove profitable results in backtesting, then stick with it and continue to actually create the business plan and execute to that trade plan as you go forward in the long term, as opposed to just trying to flip strategies and you end up wasting a lot of time learning different things and you're not really progressing as you should. Now, the next point I want to bring up is self-awareness search. One of the things that I have understood about the trading journey is that once you are trying to become a profitable trader and you're progressing, then you actually start to understand what do you really like as an individual and what are you actually typically doing day to day and who are you really. Of course, every individual out there watching this has their own habits, and you start to understand, are your habits good? Are your habits bad? Are they productive to what you want to get doing and achieving your goals, or are they not? And the more you actually go through that journey, the more you understand how to control your emotions, okay? You will soon find out that in trading that you do really want to make it. For those of you that do have the strong passion in it and do believe in it and have found a profitable strategy and believe that you can be the best trader in the world, then of course you're definitely going to push far, okay? But in that kind of journey, you will understand, what are you really like? What is it, the habits that you enjoy? What is the habits that you don't enjoy? And you will kind of be able to essentially create this kind of mindset where you're able to think more logically as opposed to more emotionally. And then when you think more logically, of course, you know what you want to do in your life more versus what you don't want to do in your life more. And this is something that is very common amongst traders as they get more experience. They know exactly what they want from their life. They know exactly how they want to live. And again, like I say, they think more logically because over time they've been able to practice handling their emotions in the market, and that only actually reflects better in their lifestyle, okay? So like I say, it will be a journey of self-awareness, and I do recommend individuals that want to make it in trading to read books of these kind of successful people to actually gain those habits, gain the habits of people that have found this kind of success in trading, because of course, like I say, it's been proven in the test of time. So check them out and see how well you can go. Now, the next point I want to bring up is loneliness, okay? Now, as we know, unlike a normal startup company or a startup business, you will typically be finding investment and then, of course, hiring employees to manage a company. But trading is that one kind of occupation in itself where you are the complete company. Why is that? Because it's you and the markets and the data, okay? So like I say, when you are actually, when you have found a strategy, you will go and backtest it on the market in historical data and prove and see if it works. But the only thing is that you don't have anyone beside you to help you or to trade with you unless you have a mentor. But essentially it is you and the charts and your plan of how you want to trade that strategy. So like I say, when you actually embark on this trading journey, you will be spending a lot of time in the charts if you are a purely technical trader. Now, of course, this has its benefits and of course its disadvantages. The disadvantage is that it will be a very lonely journey at the beginning. But over time, as you build the skill and you get better at the strategy, you will actually find that, hey, you know what? I don't need to spend so much time in the charts because I understand the strategy. I've become a lot more skillful. And then in return, of course, it's only going to reflect in your results. But like I say, it is a very lonely journey because trading is that one kind of startup business where you are the complete company. There's no one to hire to help with this and that. It is you and the historical data to backtest, to create a plan, and of course, trade with that way. So do expect that. Do expect that you will be spending a lot of time with the charts alone for you to concentrate and understand how price likes to move and how your strategy works. So it is very important for you as a balanced for life to actually still, whilst you do that and have that focus period in your day, to actually go out and enjoy life and find that balance. Because if you're spending time at the charts all day, every day, it will be detrimental to what we call your inner chimp. But essentially, you won't be satisfied because as humans, we're social creatures. We like to go out, we like to speak to people, we like to enjoy life. So striking the balance is also important as you advance on your journey as a trader. Now, the last point I want to make is unforced errors. Now, this is something that is very important to understand as you start your journey in trading, okay? Just like any other business, before you actually create the business, you need a business plan, you need an idea of how the business will work out and how it will make money. Now, in trading, you can plan as best as you can, but you have to expect the plan not going to plan, okay? Which is why I've called it unforced errors. No matter how much you actually want to land at £1 million account in a year, just by being profitable every month from the very beginning, it's unlikely to happen that way. Why? Because like I say, it takes time to build the skill, and of course there's going to be hurdles in their way. You're going to sometimes face drawdown, you're going to face sometimes a change of situation in life. Remember, life is complete chaos. Different things can happen in your day-to-day life, and it's how you manage that around your trading journey. But do not expect your plan from the very beginning to go according to plan. If you say, hey, I found this strategy, this is how I'm going to trade it, and this is what I want, and this is the account I want to land, then of course that's great kind of goals, but do not expect it to go 100% that way, because for example, market conditions could change, things could change in your life, and again, like I say, things can ultimately change. So you have to be able to prepare on understanding that the plan will not go to plan as you like. If you have the goal and you have the perseverance, eventually one way or another, you will actually hit that goal. All these unforced errors, you'll be one day looking back and saying, you know what, without this kind of unforced errors or those kind of mistakes that I made, I wouldn't have been here today happy, because I wouldn't have actually understood the lessons I took from those unforced errors, okay? So like I say, the final point is plan on the plan not going to plan, or like I call it, unforced errors. Even though we are creating a startup business, of course, there are going to be hurdles in the way, so be prepared for that as best as you can, and do expect that. So there you have it, guys. Just a quick little recap. If you're coming into the industry as a beginner trader, do treat it like a business more than anything. I know a lot of individuals want to treat this as a get-rich-quick scheme. They want to flip accounts. They want to make $1,000 from $100 really quickly, and all this kind of mindset is very destructive. It's not the truth. As traders, if you do want to become rich and you want to become profitable, coming out of every month in profit and making money, then you will have to learn the skill just like anything in life. You cannot expect to jump in a Formula One car and drive it around like Lewis Hamilton, can you? But with consistent practice, having a coach, and persevering through the hard times, you will at least get close and you will make it, okay? So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you had any comments, please write it down in the comment section below. But for now, if you did enjoy this video, please feel free to like and subscribe. I have fantastic content on my YouTube channel. But for now, welcome to the trading journey if you are starting to become a beginner trader, and I wish you the best of success. Take care, guys. Peace.